Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to ConspicuousSim. Today we're going to be doing LilSimsie newest shell challenge. Well, furnishing it. Clearly, it's not a build, it's a furnish. Okay? Not that I had trouble with this build at all, actually. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed not having to make the shell myself, because I feel like that's often like the hardest part, because you're like making the layout of the house, and like in this way I was able to just assign each nook or add extra walls inside and stuff to make each room a room, if that makes sense. And I really enjoyed it, and you'll see here we're just trying to figure out how to do the outside, and we're gonna do the deck. And I was so proud of myself with this. Oh my goodness gracious. Took some trial and error, but once I got it, oh my, look, okay, watch this, watch this, watch this. Oh, that little piece, rotate, rotate. Oh, goddamn. I was so proud of myself. This is like a super, super speed build because the original footage was 2 hours long. It took me so long. I don't know if I was being particular. I don't really like these stairs, by the way. I just never changed them, or the stairs in the front, but whatever. What was I saying? It took me a super, super long time. Not because it was like difficult to decide what to put or where to put everything, because like it was pretty straightforward to me, at least. This started off for me as like a sitting room. You'll see at the end that I named this Furnish Old Money, because that's really the vibe I wanted to go for this house. I feel like I'm all over the place in this voiceover, I'm so sorry. But that's the vibe I was going for. I feel like I constantly do modern furnishes and builds. That's just like the style I like more. But today, I was really, really feeling like the old and the dark colors, the dark wood, things that are very, in my opinion, like, so I feel like this house is like from the 80s. Like, this is old money. These people have had money. It's not like something new. It's not like they like just got the house or anything. Like, this house has been in the family for generations. And you can tell because some things are old. And not old because I chose like the cheaper version of them, but just because like the way the style is just old. Literally, that's it. And you can see the more classic country counters. It's not a country house, it's just something from the 80s, and you'll see this more in the living room. I chose a lot of dark colors, dark woods, and even the layout of the house, I feel like I may be completely like missing the era, but I love 70s concept houses, with the sitting benches and stuff. I'm gonna try and insert a photo here because it's dope. Just like very dark, there's a lot of wood paneling on the walls and stuff, and that's what this is inspired by. So first I wanted this room to be a sitting room, like that room that your guests come and sit in. I feel like I know a couple of people who have still have sitting rooms in their houses. The formal living room. That's what this was supposed to be. And then I just didn't like the way it was coming together. I couldn't find furniture that really fit in it or that I liked. So I moved on. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to come back to that later. So my idea was that since it's a formal living room, you don't really want your non-formal or casual living room to be exposed, and so your guests can see it. Because this is like the family room. Like, this is like the ugly couches and your dad's ugly chair. And it's like the knickknacks and stuff, maybe even the baby toys if you have a child. But the family I imagined for this house was a elderly couple that have had this house for, again, generations, and they didn't actually have any children. So there's only one room upstairs. And this is their living room. This is where maybe their family comes and hangs out if they have any nieces or nephews, when they were younger, this is where those kids would hang out. So the hardest part was for sure the deck and the stairs. I couldn't figure out how to put the stairs in at the end. I didn't even care what it looked like upstairs. I just wanted to fit downstairs and didn't, so it doesn't look, excuse me, I just didn't want it to look weird. So I moved the stairs over a little bit and I ended up closing off completely the living room and just adding an archway. Then I realized that they have no fucking bathroom downstairs. How are they gonna go pee pee? So we're gonna add a bathroom in a second. Here you'll really see the dark walls come out. There we go, the dark walls. And then the damask. I didn't end up going with it, but I wanted something that was like old money. That's the only way I can explain it. Honestly. Just something, ugh. I have no words, but yes, that's what I was going for. I also wanted your guys' opinion on a couple of things. So I'm actually getting a new mic in, hopefully, by the end of this week. So I don't know if the audio is good. I think the audio is fine, but I'm getting a new mic just to, elevate that a little bit. And I also wanted to know if you would be interested in live plays and things like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch, so that's kind of what I'm trying to incorporate into my channel. I'd really, really like to hear your feedback in the down bar, and I'd also like to just hear your feedback about like my builds or maybe something you do differently. If like this was your build, how would you, for example, do the living room in this build or in this furnish, sorry. Let me know down below. That's some ugly ass wallpaper, but it went so perfectly with this house. I just had to have it. I had to use it. And then just like a normal brick exterior. I end up changing the door, I think. And it's actually pretty cool what I end up doing with the top floor. I really, really like the concept and just the way it turned out. When I think of 90s homes, I think of carpet everywhere. But since it was supposed to be like an elevated home, did I say 90s home? 80s home. Think of carpet. So it's supposed to be elevated. So I ended up doing a hardwood, you'll see. And then I changed my mind about our formal living room because they didn't have a dining room. And I feel like old white people have dining rooms. Old white rich people have dining rooms. Those nice formal dining rooms. So we're going to go around adding some windows. Again, dark woods. Really classic country home. It's not a country home. This is like an everyday home. But you know what? I really like the way it ended out or ended up. The dining room was clearly heavily inspired by the Grand Salle in the already styled rooms. I just really like that room. Usually when I can't speak. Wow. I'll usually end up using this in a modern home because my storyline always revolves around people coming for money because I like money and I don't have much of it, or I personally don't have much of it, I have a job. So I enjoy making my Sims rich and, like basically living out my dream life through them. And if that's not what The Sims is for, then I don't know what it is. So I always added this really classic dining room to really modern builds because I think that my Sims maybe had, this in their childhood home or something, or maybe their grandparents' home had these chairs and they ended up just kind of inheriting it and using it in their own dining rooms as a formal dining room. That's, not, people don't use the formal dining room. So you usually just like eat at the breakfast bar or something. So this is really for family dinners and maybe even like business dinners. Maybe the husband is like a businessman or something, or a really important lawyer. But I did end up making a family for this house just so I could show you the walkthrough. And I really like the family I made. They're really cute. And they may maybe even be fun to play with. I saw someone make a suggestion on, I can't remember whose account or on whose video, but their suggestion was to make an elderly family, like an elder couple, and then make them adopt twins or something like that. And I thought that'd be really, really cute. But in this particular home, there's actually no more space. There's no space for another bedroom. The way I did it anyway, I'm pretty sure you could like downsize. But yeah, so I only fit one bedroom, and you'll see, I'm not sure if you'll see here, but you'll see later on, that the staircase is really fucked up upstairs, you know? C'est la vie. I also added fencing to each of the little like jut outs, if that makes sense. On the upstairs bit, I added fences to make them like balconies, and I was thinking, should I make each one a balcony? And then I remembered that rich white old people have very have things that don't really make sense. So I added fences, but I didn't add any doors. And I just made them really cute with some flowers and things like that. You see here, there we go. You can even see how fucked up my stairs are there. And it's the same theme upstairs, you know, dark woods, really classic, but it looks expensive, you know, like they clearly spent a lot of money on this. Yeah, the same wallpaper continues upstairs as well, but is changed in the bedroom to like a stripy gray board. That kind of reminds me of my room, but they have a really grand ensuite with a double sink and a bathtub looking out onto the side of their house. And that 3-pane window, just I couldn't find anything that looked good from the outside, and I'm more concerned about things looking good from the outside when it comes to like windows and doors than them actually like making sense inside the house, because it doesn't really affect your gameplay whether your window's there or not. Do you know what I mean? Because like in reality it's a toilet. That room is a toilet, so it doesn't really matter. I had some sconces above the mirrors in the bathroom because that's what made sense to me. I don't even know, I can't even tell you like a reference house like in real life, whether that be in a show or something that this reminds me of, because it doesn't really remind me of anything in particular. But I decided that they would have the really cool extended bathtub that turns into a shelf thing. My cousin actually has it, and it's really dope. You know, you can put your little towels on there and your little bath products, you know, your bath bombs and stuff. It just makes sense to me, and the artwork is ugly, but again, it made sense to me. I actually gave them a washer and dryer because they had no more space for it anywhere. And then I realized, what? The little toilet roll is on the door. But what if they used to have like one of those like standing tower ones where you put your toilet roll on, but then it like broke or something, or it was rusty, and then the husband just got sick and tired of it and just attached the roll to the door. I thought it was pretty cute. I also added a outdoor sitting area to one of the balconies that's actually like functional and has a door. And then I added tiling, which I feel like some people would find strange, to the deck and all of the balconies, but I feel like that's the easiest to clean. I know decks are usually wood, but in my head it just, you know, practicality. I also added some landscaping, which I feel like I don't do in a lot of my furnishes. There's just a random bar cart there on the left-hand side of the screen. Don't worry about it. You know, she's just living her best life out there. And I also didn't realize it's really hard to put like stuff on the landing of stairs. I didn't know that, but I made it do. There goes our bar cart. And I really wanted a lot of flowers because maybe she's into gardening or something. And, you know, retired living is hard. So some blue flowers, and actually each one of the little balconies has a color theme for the kind of flowers that are on it. There's some rose bushes, and just I wanted to make it look full and lived in, but still like very pristine. Like clearly someone takes care of this house. There's a maid, or there's not really space for a butler, but there's a maid that comes every single day. There's a gardener, and it just like looks well taken care of, even though they're like two old people. So yeah, here's a little yellow garden on the main balcony. I added a skill building, or pots hanging off, whoops. I added a skill building easel, some purple flowers on that one, and these red ones right here. See, just the window just looks better from the outside. Moved our little pot. And that is it, I believe. Oh, we're gonna add a couple more trees, I think, yeah. Just to make it look more full and again, more lived in. I love the cherry blossom tree, but it's just so, the canopy of it's so wide. Here is our walkthrough. You walk in and then I got kicked out. Here is our dining room, grand formal dining room. There is a mailbox, I don't know why. Our cute little kitchen. There is a garbage can full of shit there, but okay. Our teeny tiny bathroom. And you walk into the living room. Very cute. And you go upstairs with some sconces. You walk here into the bedroom. Very dark, but very classic still. Then we have our ensuite bathroom with our grand bathtub and our teeny tiny little toilet. Then you walk out onto the balcony, little sitting area there, our easel and our pot, and then here you'll see how the finished other balconies look. And here are your screenshots if you want to see them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you have any ideas. I feel like that's the worst part of building anything, like on Sims, obviously. I hope you're all taking care of yourself during this time, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.